Shame. 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 Shame.
What's going on this morning, YouTube? I will not keep you long on this. For those who just come in, if you don't mind sharing and giving me a like when you come in, I'd appreciate it. Or a dislike, you know, you say that too. Whatever you so inclined on doing. Peace, morning. Oh man, guys, what up, Snap? Hey, Snap, I seen with that shit you left on my Instagram, nigga. What up, Snap? With that booty bandit Kobe Bryant. Hey, Snap, I seen with that shit you left on my Instagram, nigga. What up, Snap? With that booty bandit Kobe Bryant. But hold on, let me mute this. Alright, what up, Doran? Norma is in the building. D Prince in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we don't need much more. Triple C will probably come in and she ain't working. Listen, guys. I want to stall for a second to give some more people a little bit of time to come on in. I am going to actually share this to a couple places real quick. Yeah, the booty bandit. KB, you better watch a girl's booty when Kobe's in town. Kobe get ashamed for that.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
But I wanted to go live this morning, guys, because this is started. Sometimes I just laugh. Sometimes I make little comments back and I keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, dog, it just shit gotta get said. And this individual came through before. What up, Filthy Frank? This individual came through before. It's a sister. I'm gonna screen share in a second so you guys will know exactly what it is, what the fuck it is I'm talking about. But what up, Suing? But we're gonna get into it now. If you see the title of this live stream, it's called "Marshal Allah Followers Mirror Jim Jones Followers," cult-like. Now, the reason I put that up there is because for those who don't know, yesterday Triple C was doing a reading about basically these Jim Jones cults and these followers of theirs and things of that nature. And she was doing a reading from people who were giving firsthand accounts about how life was, the things that were going on over there. And what struck me as odd was one of the accounts she was reading back is when Jim Jones, I believe it was him himself or whoever, was saying that one of them cult men, leaders, gurus, was talking about how he could heal you from cancer and etc. So now I'm in my car, so it was hard for me to really hear, especially when I be driving and trying to drive and smoke and all that. So, anyways, so he's giving an account. The person is giving an account about how this dude claims that he was going to pray the cancer out and heal people with cancer and all this shit like that. And what the point that I'm trying to make is, once the people and this particular person found out that that was full of shit, meaning they found out that it was a hustle, it was a con, that he really wasn't curing anyone of anything. You see what I'm saying? It was just a con, it was a hustle. So instead of recognizing that this person is conning you, instead of recognizing that this person is trying to hustle you, what the followers of Jim Jones used to do was make excuses. They would make excuses. What they would do, one of the things she read when Triple C read yesterday, she was saying how when they found out that he was a fraud about that, they still were saying, well, his idea for a society is still a good idea, but yeah, so we're just gonna overlook that bullshit. We're gonna overlook this massive ass fucking lie that he's telling. Okay, this massive ass deception that he's pulling over people. Because that's all you're doing. When you do shit like that, yo, that's called deception. You're deceiving people. Okay? You're walking them down a road that you know is not going to have the ending that they think is going to have. Okay? You're hustling them. You're tricking them. Does that sound better? Tricking. You're tricking them. So anyway, the point that I took away from that was this. How come so many people in that cult realized that this man was not curing cancer and the things that he said he was doing, but you still were making excuses to follow this now known liar? Now, this is why I say this. Let me get my screen ready before I screen share. Okay? All right. Now, this person came to our, actually one of our chats before. And we, of course, over here gave her more than what's called the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? She was allowed to speak her speech. Oh, don't worry about it. I can do it from here. So she was allowed to speak her speech and say what she wanted to say. Now, this person, YouTube name is Miss I Justice, I guess. So, yeah, that's what it says. So, those of you who know, who are in the know, you know the other day I did a video entitled Marshal Allah. Marshal encourages you to fight. Allah encourages you to fight. And asking the question, why aren't you? Why aren't you fighting the same way you are encouraging everyone else to fight? All right. So on that video, this shit is getting on my gut. All right. So on that video that I did a day or so ago, I said, or a few days ago now, I was basically taking the stuff that this dude was saying and I played it. And I showed how he talks about what you should, who's a pussy. He clearly defines who's a pussy. Okay? It was clearly defined. Hold on. It was clearly defined who exactly is a pussy, how they're a pussy, etc. So it's not me per se. You got it now? We good now, Snap? Because I had to turn it down. I hope y'all can hear it now. Hold on. Okay. Are we good now? Y'all give me a 1 if we're good, because I got my headset off. So I'm not going to be able to tell if we are or we aren't. And I'll just be running my mouth talking and y'all can't hear me. And I don't want that. So, hold on. I'm going to do this myself real quick. Yes, D Prince. Everyone is okay. We good. He called. I'm gonna use some of the people from the chat who was there. Yes, Snap. He defined himself. Now, I'm gonna show y'all where the sister's upset. And the sister, I'm not gonna bang on you or none of that, and I ain't gonna mash you like he was saying he was gonna do to other women that he doesn't like. I don't mash sisters because y'all say something about me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna want to fight you like he does. And don't make me play it again. Now, I did the video talking about how Marshal Allah was encouraging people to fight, how Marshal Allah was defining what a pussy is, saying that a pussy is those people. He even got specific and said, if the police come over to your hood right now and knock you over your head and you fall to the ground, all your people around you, all your pussy ass friends, this is his language. All your pussy ass friends ain't gonna do nothing but pull out cameras. Y'all not gonna do nothing. Y'all not gonna fight that cop off you or off of him. You're not gonna do anything. You just gonna take it. Okay, that's what he said. Now, I'm not gonna go too in depth on the part that 10 minutes later he turns right around and says he's not telling you to fight them back. Yes, you were, nigga, but you're trying to hedge your bets. But that's okay. I'm gonna let you slide on that one just for a second. Now, like I said, this is about the fans, the followers, not necessarily him. And the Jim Jones-like, cult-like following making excuses for this nigga, the same shit I heard on Triple C's page yesterday when she was doing her reading. It's the same thing about the people who are involved in these cults. You find out truths about this person that contradict what they've been pushing out, and you ignore it. In America, in the English language that we use in America, the terms that you would use to define that action is called willful ignorance. You're willfully being ignorant or attempting to be ignorant to what this person is really about, because you want to continue to follow the illusion or who you thought he or she was. That's actually what it is. So this dude comes out telling people that if the police come by and do whatever to you, y'all ain't gonna do nothing. So I said, well, what happens if the police, or what happens, let's say, if the public, if the probation office comes by and tells you to do something? Are you gonna buck? Are you gonna shoot at them? Are you gonna any of those things? But let's get into it. So here we go. Miss I Justice. This was a day ago. I'm going to start reading for those who can't see. I hope you can see. And we'll just start reading. It says, smart men don't fight with their hands. Okay. This ain't going to take me long, but if I feel the need of a critique, I'm going to say it. First of all, Miss I Justice, you are not a man. So as someone who's not a man, don't try to tell me what smart men do. Okay? There's been hella smart men throughout history who had to put up their hands to fight. Okay? So that statement right there, though I know in your mind and in your head it sounded good, like, oh, smart men don't fight with their hands. That's, here we go again with a typical dumbass American sayings that once you analyze them, they make no fucking sense. A smart man would recognize when and when not to fight with his hands. But to say a smart man don't fight with their hands, sorry, that's just first off, that's not even quantifiable. You cannot find out. We cannot find out how you came to these facts and conclusions. You know what I'm saying? That all, because we have to find out what the fuck smart is and etc. But I'm not gonna play that game. I'm not gonna go there with you. I'm just gonna tell you, first and foremost, as a man and you not being one, don't be telling me what smart men do. Okay? I don't need you telling me what men do because I'm a man. I don't have any problem knowing what men do because I am one. Okay, that's number one. Number two, smart men better know that they must sometimes use their hands to fight and defend themselves or to fight for causes that they feel are worthy. So that right there, I know it sounded smart, but no. Anyway, in fact, DJ, I guess that's me, Derek Jones, you fight the brother every chance you get, don't you? No, not every chance I get, because I would do way more videos. I have plenty of chances to say things, but I don't. But you fight the brother every chance you get. No, I don't fight him every chance I get. And I'm just revealing things. See this, and I have to be specific, hun, with your statements, because if I let it go, you're gonna think that that shit's kosher. You're gonna think that what you said made sense, and it doesn't. I don't fight him every chance I get. If you notice, I point out things that he says and does and have done. So if you call me pointing out the shit that this nigga says and he's done as fighting him, then that would be a new definition for the term fight that I am not aware of. Continue. And he don't pay you the time of day. He doesn't pay me the time of day. That's interesting. First off, right now, he's never paid me the time of day. If he's never paid me the time of day, why do I have his phone number in my contacts in my phone? Miss I Justice, I never asked him for his number. I never reached out to him. He reached out to me. So that I don't care if it was a year ago. That right there alone disproves your whole notion that he doesn't pay you the time of day. Oh, yes, he does. And if you've noticed, Miss I Justice, he's answered every video that I've made. Even thank you, D Prince, typical follower. You even making statements like him. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all something, and I'm gonna tell you something, Miss I Justice. Them niggas say that shit. And what is that shit I'm talking about? Them niggas say shit like, oh, they ain't on my level. I ain't even paying them motherfuckers no mind. That's just shit that YouTube niggas say. Trust and know that he knows every time I make a video. Trust and know that I know that he's flagging them. Trust and know that I know that Kev Gills is a loser who does nothing all day. So he watches all of this shit. And he goes back and tells him everything. That is why when you was noticing the videos the last few weeks, every video or live stream this little nigga was putting out was basically an answer to either my video or YK the Truth video. Every single one. So just because he doesn't say a nigga's name, he doesn't have to. I don't need that shit. I don't need him to do anything of the sort. I do what I do for my page and my platform. End of story, nigga. I don't give a fuck who acknowledges it or doesn't acknowledge it. How about that? How about doesn't acknowledge it? I don't give a fuck either. Either way. Now, let's continue. But every bully gets his day. Ask Karma. No, I think he needs to ask Karma. Because when you start lying and stealing and cheating and saying that you're not doing that shit, this is karma right here. You should, being that you brought up karma, you should wonder why Karma chose to let this little nigga run his mouth for the last month or so about everybody else, and then it get revealed about his GoFundMe gate scams. You should ask Karma about how this little nigga was running the fuck out of his mouth, and then all of a sudden we find out that your SOS shit and all that shit is stolen, and you're a liar and you're full of shit. Let's address that. But of course, Miss I Justice, I bet you don't want to talk about that. And I'm going to prove when I finish reading your statements how you really don't want to talk about that. Because right here, in everything that you wrote, she wrote me like fucking, hold on, G. Because it's like mad replies and shit. And she did more than one. Here it is. I wrote one thing back, okay? And before I continue, I'm gonna read to y'all what I wrote back. All right? It says, Miss I Justice, that's corny and extremely disingenuous. I threatened him with the prison system. We're gonna get to that in a second because that's what she said. Shame on you for that. I took his words, not added words, but his direct statements, and showed how he's the same pussy that he's accusing others to be. That's all I did. All I did was take his words and show that, nigga, the same way you accusing everybody of being shit, yo, you could apply that to yourself. Okay? I'd like to hear your take on, I'd like to hear your take on that SOS logo and him saying he coined it. Okay? She puts here, I'm going to read them all before we continue. I forgot to ask, what is your GoFundMe for? You don't have to ask. That GoFundMe I had been put up almost 2 years ago, G. And that shit was for my art. And that shit is for anyone who wanted to donate to my art production. And it was not me. And I got witnesses. Like Tariq say, and like everybody be trying to say, receipts. Miss I Justice, I got receipts to let you know that I have never put up anything on my page that has anything to do with funds except when I was asked to by loyal freaking viewers of my page. Now you tell me that the loyal viewers of Marshal's page asked him to put up 9 GoFundMes and didn't use the money for none of that shit. Tell me that. Exactly. Hold on. He stole nothing. This is pure foolery, and you know it. Why is it so difficult to believe in and support our own? Day after day, you on YouTube trying to ruin a brother's efforts, accusing him of being a scammer without an iota of proof, most often a bunch of foolishness. Damn, can you at least allow the man a chance to try to do what he says he wants to do? This shit is, y'all, that's why I'm screen sharing, because this shit is unfucking believable. First off, listen to what she just said. He stole nothing. This is what she said. He stole nothing. Miss I Justice, I don't know where you've been. I don't know if you've been watching YouTube or his videos or other people's videos, but that logo and that SOS phrase and all of that shit, that's not his. He stole that from a children's charity in Africa because he assumed that you would never hear of it. And the fact that 8 hours ago, because this comment was made, that 8 hours ago, you would come to my page and you probably flagged my page. Okay, let's keep it real. You probably flagged my page. You would come to my page, flag my page. For me, sharing information about how an individual who has come into my community, calling himself the greatest man in the last 30 years in our community, a man who just got finished running around for 2 years saying how the black woman is God, but a black woman was at his event by herself holding a camera with some other nigga who left and he was going to mash her. Basically jump her. And then his friends. What if me and my friends had rolled her and mashed her? Why would that thought have even entered his head? That's just, but fuck all that. The fact of the matter that we proved that not only had this motherfucker been doing that shit, stealing that fucking logo and selling it. Not only did he do that, he told people that he created it. That in and of itself is theft, hun. I don't know what else to tell you, Miss I Justice. I don't know whether you're illiterate or not, because if you're not, then it's gonna be a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time understanding the things that I showed you that you had to read if you're illiterate. But if you are literate, I don't understand how you could come up and say to me, he stole nothing. This is pure foolery. I'm the fool because I say, yo, this nigga is lying, telling y'all he created this logo. It even says right here on the Red's website when he got into a partnership with the studio Patah. He got into a partnership with the studio Patah, and it says it right here of SOS, saving ourselves, a phrase coined by Young Pharaoh. And we already went over the definition of the term coin. So how is it that you could come over here and say such things? This is why I said this reminds me of that Jim Jones type shit that Triple C was talking about yesterday on her page. This is the same shit. It's the same fucking thing. You know he stole that logo. Hold on, before we even take one step further. You, Miss I Justice, sweetheart, you know full fucking well that you cannot be standing up and sitting down simultaneously. Okay? You know that. You can either be engaged in one or the other. All right? So, either he stole the logo or he created the logo. Okay? Either he fucking stole it or he fucking created it. He didn't do both simultaneously. He cannot do both. You understand that, right? Okay? I'm going to walk you down this shit slowly. You cannot do both. So now we have to ask the question, when was this logo and SOS and that phrase attached to that logo first presented to Earth, first presented to people on Earth in this world? And the fact of the matter is that logo and that phrase was being presented to other humans on Earth before 2 years ago when this nigga stole it and tried to make jewelry out of it, and shirts and etc. He tried to create a whole movement about the shit. And you have the audacity to come to my page, flag my page, because I know you did, and say he never stole anything. When right here in the same video that you are commenting on, I played it again. I showed it again where he stole the shit. And said that he coined it. And once he got questioned about it and he knew that the jig was up, no. And once he knew that the jig was up, he then removed everything that has to do with SOS. You have not heard him say SOS. You have not heard him display anything that says SOS. Have you? Come on, Miss I Justice. Now let's keep it real. When's the last time you heard Marshall talking about SOS? When's the last time you heard Marshall displaying anything with that logo? Hey, you want to know what else, Miss I Justice? I'll put this on me. I'll shut my YouTube page down if he ever talks about it again. That's how confident I am that nigga will never talk about that shit again. He will never display that logo ever. The rest of his life on Earth, you will never hear that motherfucker talk about SOS again. You want to know why? Because he fucking stole it and he got caught. And you want to know what else? When niggas start doing shit like that, I always ask, where does that end? If you'll steal a goddamn logo from a children's charity organization for a couple of dollars, won't you do, bro? This is what I'm talking about when I mean this is the shit that comes to my page and flags my page like I'm doing something to this nigga. Anyways, we'll continue. Every man who says they don't have a choice are easily turned state's evidence. So I'm glad you said that, Miss I Justice. So now we're going to address this to the person that you're here defending, which is young Pharaoh Marshal Allah. So you mean to tell me young Marshal does not have a choice whether to go to that PO office and check in or not? You mean to tell me he don't have a choice? He's the only human on earth who does not engage, who does not have the possibility of engaging in free will? Huh? Exactly, D Prince. I'm still waiting to hear on the daycare shit. But everybody else is talking about the daycare. I want to hear about this SOS shit. Because that daycare shit, you know what you could do? You could wiggle your way out of that shit. Oh, little family, I took the baby. Nah. I want to hear about this SOS shit where you said that you coined that logo. And then I heard you say and saw you say out your own mouth that you created, this is your logo. This is my logo. This is my logo that I created. That's what you said, nigga. Nigga, that's what you said. And you know it's a lie. We'll continue. Every man who says they don't have a choice are easily turned state's evidence. That's maybe why he's home. Miss I Justice, did you ever look at him and ask him why is he going to the parole office? Doesn't he have a choice to be free? But hold on, but if another nigga that's not him goes to the parole office because he's on parole, he can easily be turned into state's evidence. And he's a pussy. But he ain't a pussy, though they're going to the same PO office on check-in day each month. Y'all so pissed YP ain't no pussy because y'all ain't gonna make that brother do a damn thing, even though y'all threaten him with the prison system daily. This is what the point that I could not wait to get to. Has anyone in here ever once, for the year that this page has been up for 1 year and 1 month. In 1 year and 1 month, has anyone ever heard, ever at any time heard Shane TV, East Watch, Derek Jones Talks Live, Shane TV 2, and the Real Fraud Catching Department, which we just formed? Have you ever heard me one time? Thank you, Snap. Who was threatening him? Have you ever once heard me one time threaten to call the police on him and say, let's call the police on Marshal? Have you ever heard me galvanize people to try to put him in prison? This is the lunacy that I'm talking about. This is exactly, D. This is the lunacy I'm talking about, yo. This is the Jim Jones type cult-like followers who come to your page, flagging your pages, disrespecting you, and just trying to flag your whole voice off of YouTube because they don't know how to handle anything any other way. See, the way I can make a video and say something, they can't make a video or make a statement and let that be that. No, they got to try to flag you off of YouTube. You want to know why they're doing that? Because you're hurting their feelings. And Miss I Justice, I know that my videos are hurting your feelings because you feel a certain way about young Pharaoh. That is why when I asked you the question in a reply, what's up with that SOS shit that he took? You want to know what she said to that? Absolutely nothing. You can't answer it. You hope I stop talking about it. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to talk about anything else in concerns of him. Everything that I talk about him from here on out is going to be about that SOS logo and why you chose to steal a logo from a children's organization. And we know that you stole it. So let's not play those games about you didn't know whether you, because a nigga who didn't know, first off, would not have coincidentally had the same exact logo and the same exact phrase attached. So kick rocks with that shit. As a matter of fact, kick a mountain with that. Fuck a rock. Kick a whole mountain with that one. The reason that I know that you're a fraud is because you have yet to address this shit and clear it up. And if you had made a mistake, you would have addressed that shit and you would have cleared that shit up. You did nothing of the sort. And you did nothing of the sort is because you're a fucking opportunist fraud nigga like the rest of them niggas. The fuck? Fuck is wrong with you? Coming to my page with that stupid ass shit. I'm trying to threaten him with prison. Yo, get out of here, yo. Don't, like I said before, take me for what I say, yo. Don't come over here and add shit to shit that I didn't say. Don't come over here and try to act like I'm trying to get Pharaoh locked up. First off, Pharaoh's doing a good enough job throughout his life, it appears, of getting his own self locked up. So I don't need to try to get him locked up. Okay? He got his own self locked up. Don't come over here talking about this support and supporting what? When you name one thing that he's done, then I'll support that shit. Other than that, all I've heard this nigga do is get on YouTube and tout a bunch of shit. I heard him get on YouTube and say a bunch of stuff. A nigga saying a bunch of stuff is not gonna fucking translate, my nigga. What up, Wax? It's not gonna fucking translate, nigga, into no actual factual for me. Maybe for you, because you like him. Maybe you like the way he looks. So everything he says is kosher to you. I'm not a homosexual, and I don't give a fuck how he looks. So therefore, that doesn't work on me. That don't work on me. You can't just say shit and then it floats. Like you came over here, and if I wanted to, I could do what you do and what he does. I could sit here and make a whole video about how Young Pharaoh's fans, number one, Miss I Justice, just came over to my page and slandered me. You're slandering me by saying that I'm trying to get people put back in prison, and you're slandering me by saying that I'm encouraging people to call him names and a pussy and all this shit. Like, no, I didn't say none of that shit, nigga. All I did was repeat the shit that this nigga said. This is crazy. Look at this long ass shit, yo. Look at this shit. Anytime anyone who is black and tries to uplift black people in a positive way and tries to listen, I'm gonna read this, promote a more responsible and self-sufficient people. Who's doing this? You're telling me Marshall? Are you trying to tell me that Marshall is out here promoting responsibility? A nigga who just got caught a month ago stealing a fucking logo from a child's organization in attempts to make money off of it. He's the one that you fucking responsibility? Yo. YP did not steal anything. Listen to this. I'm done. I'm done, yo. I'm done. YP did not steal anything. Yes, the logo for SOS, Children's Organization, uses the continent of Africa as well. The design is similar in that way only. It's one. Yo, listen. She even put the video up here. Please, y'all, go to the last video I did and go to the comment section. Oh my God. Miss I Justice, you have to be semi-retarded. First off, she put the acronym SOS stands for ourselves. No shit, Sherlock. We already got that. This was about relying on ourselves. Now, if you go read this sentence, she's saying this shit still as though he created it. She still believes that he created it. This shit is unfucking believable. This is unbelievable. She is saying this shit, y'all, as though he really did create that. I'm going to read it one more time, y'all. The acronym SOS stands for Saving Ourselves. Yes, it was created by the Children's Charity Organization a long time ago, G. This was about relying on ourselves. See the video. Listen, here, look. See the video, Saving Ourselves 2017, featuring young Pharaoh Allah. Now, who's really trying to get Pharaoh sent to prison? Me or her actually pointing you to the video where this nigga stole somebody's shit and then made jewelry out of it and tried to sell it? Yo. Oh my God, man. Thank you, Doran. Defending the undefendable. Like, she really is presenting this shit to us, as though I made this up and that young Pharaoh didn't, and the Studio Patah didn't take down the website, which they did. Like, if all of this is a lie, why would they do all that shit? Why would they do all that? Why would they take everything down, yo? Explain that to me, Miss I Justice. Why would he remove himself completely from that shit? And as an artist, Miss I Justice, as an artist, I can tell you right now, I can automatically tell when something's copied or not. First off, originality, if someone does something that's similar, there's still going to be distinctive differences in the art. Even if someone does something similar, there's going to be, listen to me, okay? I've been drawing pictures, okay, first off, since I was like 6. And I'm not talking about little kid drawings. I knew how to draw eyes, noses, lips, throat, the whole 9 yards when I was 6, 7 years old. Okay? My father was an artist, a painter, as a matter of fact. I got the gift from him. He discovered it early and cultivated it in me early. So if you think for 2 seconds you about to come up here with that bullshit you just threw as some sort of excuse for why this nigga does some motherfucking kid's logo and try to make jewelry out of it, you are sadly mistaken, and you is just as fucking pathetic as he is. You are just as pathetic, Justice. You are just as pathetic as he is. How about that one? Now, when artists do something and do things that are similar, there will be distinctive differences in them. That is why right now Marvel catches so much underground, not mainstream, underground flack and hate, or whatever the term you want to call it, because as an artist, I know that 70% of Marvel's characters are plagiarized from DC Comics. From Iron Man is Batman, Deadpool is Deadshot, etc., etc. Down to Scarlet Witch, all of them, they're plagiarized. Professor X, they're plagiarized from DC Comics. I know that because I'm an artist. It's easy to see. So that saving ourselves logo shit, hun, no, there would have been distinctive differences. He did not even change the way the S's were. He didn't make a hard S or anything like that. He didn't take his, instead of making the S the way they did, he should have used a Russian S or something else that would have looked different. He used the same fucking thing. He used the same fucking thing. It's not only did he just so happen to use the same exact logo, he just so happened to come up with the same phrase. This is sad. This is really pathetic. This is really fucking pathetic. And sister, it's pathetic. Not only is it pathetic that you came here and actually call yourself combating me with all this nonsense. Because it's nonsense. Because you're not being objective. And that's why you keep saying things like, well, anytime a black man tries, no, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. I don't want to hear that anytime a black man excuse. So just because he's black and we found out that he's a fucking lying ass fraud, we should just let it go because you like him. You need to ask him, why are these things occurring? Why do you have information out here that contradicts everything you've been saying, bro? And have him explain to you how he designed the SOS logo in the phrase that is identical to one that has been existing for decades. Now you ask him that. Shit is crazy. I'm gonna try to read the rest, yo. Oh, this one is my favorite right here. How you look at another man and keep screaming pussy. When I see I'll show you. Like when Dolo showed up at his event and he froze and he went young freezer. That's a pussy to me. And then when the then the security guard gets in front of you and you start talking shit, spin off, and all that shit and walking like you're tough. No, and this is something you don't know about, Miss I Justice. See, in men realm and the man realm, because you're not a man, so you don't live in my realm, and you don't live in our realm. In man realm, niggas who do shit like that are what is called pussies. Okay? Only a pussy would get confronted and freeze up until a bigger person got between them, and then they stop acting like a pussy. That's a pussy. Okay? Fuck out of here. The crazy part about it is, I'll tell him to his face he's a pussy. I'll tell the security to his face he's a pussy. Yes, like a deer and like an antelope in headlights. So anyway, how you look at another man and keep screaming pussy? No, hun, you are confused. I doubt that very seriously. And please stop the damn gossiping. Not good look for a grown ass man. And I had to like that comment because that was the crux of everything. When he does it, first off, let me say this. That line is corny as shit. That line, oh, you gossiping and you guys played out. Nigga, this is YouTube and these are blogs, nigga. We talk. Okay? These are talk shows, nigga. So we're supposed to engage in something called talking. So you can keep trying to, you gossiping as a grown man. But he gets up there on that fucking screen and gossips his ass off about every fucking dude, about Polite and Polite's daughter. He gossips about this, but that's not gossiping. But that ain't gossiping, according to iJustice. You want to know why it's not gossiping? Because he's doing it. He goes up here and tells niggas that they pussies for following the judge and listening to this person and listening to that. Listen to me. Nobody listens to a judge. Nobody gives a fuck about no fucking weak-ass judge. It's the men with guns that he'll send after you. So don't come out telling motherfuckers how they pussy. But you on parole, nigga. Buck off the parole. Why are you following these people and what they tell you? And if you on parole, nigga, you can't even make no moves without permission. You expressly need permission to move. You cannot leave the city lines without permission, G. You cannot leave the city lines without their expressed permission. They must give you their express, specific permission to move around, nigga. But another nigga a pussy because he let the white man tell him when he could sleep, when he could move around. He got a choice. Well, I'm going to say this one more time for the fan, the cult-like fan who came over and basically gave the world this video because this is where it came from. I need you, Miss iJustice, to go ask young Pharaoh why is he making a choice of still being on parole. Because that's a choice. A nigga being on parole is a choice. You free, go to Mexico, go to Africa, go run off somewhere else and be free. Show us by example. But I guarantee you one thing, motherfucker. I guarantee you one fucking thing. When your fucking ass gotta be at that fucking parole office on Tuesdays or whatever the fuck the days is, I guarantee your motherfucking ass gonna be at that goddamn parole office. Now I guarantee you that one, his ass gonna be there. Do I think he a pussy cause he there?
Shame.
No, I don't think he a pussy cause he's there.
Shame.
I don't think nobody who goes there is a pussy. I think those people know that they don't have an army. So since they don't have an army, they're not about to challenge people who got a goddamn army. And I don't think it's pussy behavior because you choose to try to find another way to do battle than to run out and say how you ain't no pussy and get thrown in a cage. Listening to a nigga right now who will not go out and do any of those things. As a matter of fact, he do whatever the fuck that parole officer tell his bitch ass to do, and he know it. Don't you, boy?
Shame. 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 Shame.
Coming at me like that this early in the goddamn morning. I get up, yo, and go look at my videos, look at the comment section. I'm like, are you kidding me, dog? This nigga she's still going at it. You really mean to tell me all the stuff I said, you didn't hear none of that? You mean to tell me that you don't find nothing wrong with somebody having up a web? You don't see the polite in that shit? You don't see the polite in none of that shit? You think it's okay for a nigga to talk about, thank you, Norma, what choices? Nigga, you ain't got no choices. Getting stabbed in the heart or shot in the head ain't a choice. Now, technically, yes, it can be construed as a choice. But motherfucker, it ain't no choice. PP family, I agree with Kanye West. Because shut the fuck up, man. Because you're an idiot, and you'll say that because you hope that Kanye will hear your video and be on your side. So you can up your clout and beg for more money. Fuck out of here. You're gonna come out and tell niggas if the police run up on you right now, the police can run up on you right now and they not gonna do anything. Bitch, and the police can run up on your bitch ass right now. You wanna know what he gonna do? He gonna call them beautiful like he did in the other video.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Then you say the officer was beautiful? Oh, beautiful black people killing ass officer. Fuck out of here, man. I can't stand ignorance, G. I can't stand it, yo. I cannot stand that level of fucking stupidity. And the fact that people will actually come to my goddamn page and say the stupid shit that they were saying and bring that shit to me. Like, yo, don't bring that shit to me, G. Don't bring that shit to me. Because if you bring it to me, that's what you're going to get. This is what you're going to get. I'm going to do a video with your comment, and I'm going to expose how fucking stupid you look. I'm going to expose and show how idiotic you sound, and I'm going to show that you ain't nothing but a fucking cult follower. That you ain't nothing but a fucking cult follower. That's all you are. You're going to fucking ignore the fact and tell me that this man made a logo that just so happened to look identical to the SOS one and then had the nerve to say that he made a phrase that was identical to it. Like, yo, only an idiot would believe that shit. Only a fucking retard would believe that shit. And I'm not calling iJustice a retard. I'm saying you're on your way to retardation for believing that. Not necessarily calling you one.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
But you definitely on your way to retardation. Shame TV East Watch. This has been your morning live stream. Also, I just wanted to pass on the word that Cynthia G is allegedly attempting to sue Tariq Nasheed.
Are you watching or I'm not watching?
I'll let you guys listen to that for a second before we get out of here. Come to my page with that retarded ass shit. Old thieving ass little nigga. Like he y'all motherfuckers gonna let these people do this to you? You letting them do it to you too, nigga. You stop them. And the first one, and I'm gonna say this right now, we gonna call this the Young Pharaoh Challenge. The first cop that Young Pharaoh walks up to and punch in the face, I swear to God on the life of my kids, Shane TV will go find a cop and I will punch that motherfucker in the face. Now, it's 11:29 on 5/19/2018. I said it. The first cop that YP, as of today or in the future, goes out and kicks it off and hit one of these motherfuckers in the face, I will show me the video of him doing it. I will go out today. I'll kiss my baby, say Daddy's already gonna be gone for a couple weeks. I'll kiss him today, flag down a cop, and punch him in a fucking face. Fucking pussy. You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing. Now, switching gears. Earlier this week, it seems that the Sinji and Tariq Nasheed romance is officially over. Their relationship hit a rocky road last year when Sinji was advising certain people to who were fired by Tariq on certain avenues that they could go to handle the situation. Now, I did a video on it because I thought that shit was cold-blooded, and Tariq do be doing weird, petty shit like that. But I mean, that's that nigga, and that's them people who choose to keep fucking with him, I guess. Because nigga, it ain't like I've seen his movies and shit, but I would never do no interview with Tariq Nasheed or nothing like that, because nigga, he act weird when he's mad at you. He act catty and bitchy, like a fucking woman, and be doing all types of extra shit. So as far as I'm concerned, like, I just watch from afar. It is what it is. So anyway, their relationship seems to be on the rocks, and it seems to be over. It was on the rocks last year. And for those who don't know, Cynthia G had like a little baby infatuation with Tariq Nasheed. Now, me being a man, being around, being a man growing up in a house with a bunch of women, on a family full of women, I could tell when a chick liked somebody, and nigga, you was all over that nigga. And she was liking him, and Tariq basically screamed her on a live stream, and that was the beginning of the end. And well, that started to mark the beginning of the end of their relationship. Now, apparently, Cynthia G has been throwing shots at Tariq Nasheed for the last 4 to 5 months. Pop shots about him supposedly being with Brooke Balea, which we talked about, or him talking about having sex with Brooke Balea, et cetera, and how we pointed out that Brooke Balea is the daughter of an outed racist father, celebrity father. So this is who the pro-black movie maker Tariq Nasheed wants to take to Soul Train Awards and shit like that. Now, he says he was just joking. Whatever. So anyway, Cynthia G apparently has been taking that information and using it against him in a negative way. I gotta get my drink back. In a negative way. So, yeah, beta male coons is what you call that. And that term, that shit is so weak now. Oh, beta male. Like, yo, who are you to tell? That's why I don't fuck with her. Like, yo, don't be trying to tell nobody what's an alpha and what's a beta. Because just because I hold my nuts, spit, and act tough, don't mean I'm an alpha male. So, you know what I mean? Like my nigga King Kurt said, the hardest nigga you know is a family man. That's the hardest man walking around here. So anyway, she's been throwing pop shots at him for the last 4 months or so. And Tariq apparently hit a wall where he felt that he wanted to strike back. So he did. And he said that Cynthia G, in his opinion, not the opinions of Shame TV East Watch, in the opinions of Tariq Nasheed, he says that Cynthia G looks as though she is some sort of cancer victim, and et cetera, and that she needs a better lace front, or whatever. So that's, I don't know. I don't know anything about wigs because I don't wear them shits. I couldn't call none of my niggas and ask them because they ain't into lace fronts and shit. But Tariq seems to know all about it. But anyway, yeah, he went in on her about the little lace front weaves and all this stuff, and how she doesn't have hair and she looks as though she is. Yes, her father was actually a crackhead. Red Spot. For those who don't know, Cynthia G's father was a crackhead who allegedly abandoned the family due to his drug use, and you know she was raised by her mother, and I guess raised with her brothers and her sister and her mother, and all of them interracially date. Every single one of them are married to and/or have children with Europeans. So Sinji, especially, apparently she was getting dragged by Tariq as far as being a secret bed wench and this, that, and the third. It's messy, man. It's messy. This whole shit is messy. So just to close out on this show, apparently she's not, Cynthia G is not taking those comments too lightly, kindly, excuse me. She is attempting to fight back, and this time she's going to use the courts. Now, the reason I brought this up is because anybody who knows me knows I don't do courts unless there's some sort of actual physical violence or theft or something going on. That's probably when I'll use it. And even if I did on YouTube, if someone says something about me on YouTube, the last thing I'm going to do is try to go find a court order to get at somebody on YouTube. Now, what I'll do is put up a bell and I'll shame your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I do here. But apparently, these pro-black don't associate with these government and these pig and nasty psychotic police people like Cynthia G. Turns right around as soon as she feels she's wrong, wants to go to the psychotic white man for some sort of help.
I know you're not watching it, but do you see any?
Okay, you're
What is doing?
No, I see people in the chat room talking about she's crying on her show. Now, for those who don't know, Cynthia G, she's an internet troll that I addressed and I clowned her last night on my live stream. And you know, Cynthia G, she sent me an email talking about she's going to sue me for defamation of character because I said she looks like she has cancer.
Now, for all y'all who want to know what defamation of character is, me calling you ugly or calling you a name is not necessarily defaming you.
I clowned her last night on my live stream. And you know, Cynthia G, she sent me an email talking about she's going to sue me for defamation of character because I said she looks like she has cancer. Cynthia sent me an email that she's going to seek legal action because I said her ass looked like Cheddar Man, the Neanderthal. So now I got to wait for the lawyer to call me because I said her little bald-headed ass looked like she's going through chemo. So I'm going to wait for the lawyers to get this thing sorted out. So she's mad at her. She's over there crying right now. She's going off and she's crying. Not only that, I think Cynthia G, I think she's a prehistoric bed wench with a fucked up wig. She looks like she's going through chemo, and I don't even believe her legs are working. I think she might be in a wheelchair. I think that she has some kind of disease, probably, where her little musty ass can't even walk.
Now, everyone knows that I don't approve of the shit that Tariq is saying about her or said about her. At all, don't approve of that shit. Okay? But one thing I don't approve of for real, especially on YouTube, is that. Thank you, Working Black Man Channel, is that right there. Running to the white man for justice. First off, if that nigga called you a name, all the names that you've been calling people, all the fucking names that Cynthia G calls people, if you just, for merely disagreeing with her, if you're a woman and you disagree with one thing she says, oh, you're nothing but a Negro bed witch. If you're a man and you disagree with her, you're a beta male. So you can't win at all. She's gonna call you names. She'll even openly say that. Would it be fair for a man to run to the law on her? Of course it wouldn't, because I'd make a video about his clown ass, whoever did it. And not in defense of her. Just the fact that you as a grown-ass man are going to run to these motherfucking people because someone called you a bad name. From the same woman who said she gonna raise a militant son. So when the militancy don't work out, he gonna run your militant son gonna run to the police department and tell him? Do you guys see what I'm pointing out? The lunacy of these YouTube people, of these YouTube gurus, of these YouTube celebrities. I hear that Tariq Nasheed is making a doll of her. I pray that the brother doesn't. I pray that he doesn't. Because that's not a good look for any of us. None of us. The marriage of young time traveler. That's what the problem is with that nigga. He gonna travel in time so much he don't know what time he in. That's why he thinks he's done more for black people in the last 30 years than anybody else. That's where that lunacy comes from, nigga.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Shame TV East Watch. Thank you guys for coming and fucking with me this morning for this hour. I wasn't gonna keep y'all long. Yes, they're truly whack. It's a goddamn shame. For Miss I Justice, this will probably be the last time that we address one another because you probably won't come back. And I'll say good riddance. You can sashay your ass over there to the liar page and get fed a bunch of dumb shit. I've never, for people to be conscious, I've never been around so many conscious people who just have no problem swallowing a bunch of fucking lies.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Never in my life that would I have dreamed or imagined that this would be a possibility, a reality. That all these conscious people would see a nigga lying right to their fucking face. And Shame TV East Watch family, thanks for messing with me. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We got new shirts out. Go to the website and check it. Before we go, as a matter of fact, I'm going to screen share real quick and show a couple shirts, and then you guys can skedaddle on with your day and whatever it is you're going to accomplish with this day. I'll go to this one. Yeah, y'all see I got pillows, towels, the whole 9 yards. We got it all over here. We even got tights. They're too expensive though. I wouldn't get that shit. But I just made them just in case somebody did. To get some. The collusion shirts, I kind of like them. I had to redo them. Some more Shame TV shirts. A couple pink elephants. I'm really feeling this one right here. This one right here is one that I'm really feeling. I'm probably gonna order that shit myself. This is another pink elephant one. This is just a tank because it's hot as a motherfucker, so it's time to rock tanks. As you can see right here, FBI 2006 reported that racist supremacy groups have infiltrated the police force. So that's just one of those, just to let you guys know. For the new shirts that I just made. I want to show you the different colors. That's why I went up there. There's the different colors. This one right there is my favorite, the pink with the blue. Yes, yes, yes. What else? There's one more I wanted to just show you real quick, and then I'm going to leave you guys to your Saturday. And this is just one store. This is on the DJT apparel store. And this one right here is one of my faves. And it's the pink elephant. Colluding judges and prosecuting attorneys are what? Colluding. Okay, that's illegal. They collude every day. They're not supposed to. That's why when you go to court and you go to these courts and they have 93 and 98% conviction rates. This is why the arbitrary, fair, impartial referee is colluding. That's why I tell you, when you go into court with your status correction stuff and all that stuff, these people are colluding to put your ass behind this cage. Okay? If it was all fair and righteous, yes, they would have to adhere to those rules and statements, etc. They don't, because they're fucking colluding. And if they were being honorable in the first place, they wouldn't be colluding. Okay? That's how that works. They're fucking colluding. I thought I went to that one, or did I go to that one? Because I just made one, and this one is that we just made. I might have to change the stores, because I just made a real sweet one, yo. Let me see if it pops up, because I don't feel like I have to stop screen sharing because I have to go into my stuff. Oh, nope, I don't have to. Here it is. Here it is. I got them in regular tees and in tank tops. Okay? I'll show you the regular tee first. This is definitely one I'm about to grab. This might be my best work yet. America. Okay, she is great, but don't drink the Kool-Aid. Okay, please don't drink the Kool-Aid. You can find that in different colors, as you see here. Even got yellow. For all y'all color blockers out there. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. America, she is great, but don't drink the Kool-Aid. Because if you do, you will become like young Marshall's fans. You will become an idiot. And here it is in the tank version. The tank top version. Yes, America, she's great, but don't drink the Kool-Aid. So that's what we got there. Hold on. Okay. I'm sorry about that, y'all. We were still live, but I exited out on you. But we're good now. We're good now. So, Shame TV East Watch. Thank y'all for coming in and politicking with me today. Hope y'all like the shirts. If you do, The links are in the description. And y'all have a good one, man. I'm out of here, man.